The Hidden City, a true American story of secrets, science, and the people who built the atomic age. It began, as many extraordinary American stories do, with a letter sealed in urgency and silence. In the fall of 1942, while the world trembled in war, thousands of Americans opened envelopes stamped with official insignia, summoning them to distant places they had never heard of, places that did not appear on any map. They were told nothing, not the purpose, not the risk, only this: your country needs you. This is the story of one of those hidden places, Oak Ridge, Tennessee, and of the ordinary Americans who unknowingly helped build the most powerful weapon in human history. In 1938, in a quiet German laboratory, two chemists split the atom and watched the impossible unfold. News traveled faster than fear. In Europe, war drums echoed. Physicists, Einstein, Szilard, Fermi, whispered warnings. If Hitler learned to weaponize this discovery, civilization itself might not survive. President Franklin D. Roosevelt listened. Thus began the Manhattan Project, perhaps the most secret scientific program ever attempted. America needed a city that did not exist, factories larger than football stadiums working 24 hours a day, and a workforce of tens of thousands sworn to silence, all before the enemy discovered the plan. Hidden valleys in Tennessee would become the heart of it. Before 1942, the ridges outside Knoxville were little more than farmland and forest. Families had lived there for generations. Then one day, soldiers arrived with clipboards and quiet apologies. The government needed the land. Within months, entire communities vanished. In their place rose a city of mud, lumber, and urgency. Roads appeared where cows once grazed. Barracks sprouted like mushrooms after rain. Rail lines carved through the hills. Guard towers watched over miles of fenced perimeter. Every entrance had a checkpoint. They called it Site X. Later, the world would know the name, Oak Ridge. At its height, Oak Ridge held over 75,000 people, more than many American towns today. Yet officially, it did not exist. Letters were addressed to a single P.O. box. Birth certificates listed false locations. Maps showed empty hills. Secrecy was oxygen. People learned not to ask questions. They came from everywhere. Farm boys from Kentucky, chemists from Chicago, young women from small southern towns eager for war work, mothers, widowers, students, and veterans. All signed the same paper. Do not discuss your work, not with friends, not with family, not even with each other. Violations meant prison, or worse. Yet Oak Ridge was alive. There were movie theaters, cafeterias with endless trays of food. Recreation centers offered basketball, dances, and movies. Young couples met under the dim lights of temporary gymnasiums, whispering futures they weren't allowed to discuss. Children played in alleys and mudflats, while parents worked silently, never revealing the gravity of their day jobs. Yet tension always lingered. Soldiers patrolled streets. Curiosity could land you in jail. Even gossip was dangerous. Every citizen learned quickly, your lips were part of the defense. In July 1945, the first atomic bomb was tested at Trinity, New Mexico. The detonation created a mushroom cloud visible for miles, a brilliant yet terrifying birth of a new era. Eleanor, Joe, and the thousands of others at Oak Ridge would understand its significance afterwards. The desert test was both triumph and omen. Scientists felt awe and terror in the same heartbeat. Some cheered, others turned away, unable to witness the destructive potential they had unleashed. The world had entered a new age. On August 6th and 9th, 1945, bombs fell on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Oak Ridge's residents read the news in stunned silence. Some celebrated the end of the war. Some mourned the lives lost. All understood that their work had helped unleash something that would haunt humanity forever. After the war,
Oak Ridge transformed. Fences came down, streets were paved, schools reopened, life returned to some semblance of normalcy. But the echoes of secrecy never faded. Eleanor married, raised children, and slowly revealed her story decades later. Joe pursued engineering, quietly proud yet solemn. Martha became a teacher, sharing lessons about responsibility and courage. The city evolved from a wartime hub to a center of scientific research. Yet the human stories, the lives shaped by duty, secrecy, and moral complexity, remained the most enduring legacy. Oak Ridge teaches timeless lessons. Ordinary people can have extraordinary impact. Secrecy carries responsibility. Science demands ethics, and the power of community can thrive even under immense pressure. Eleanor, Joe, and Martha, and thousands more demonstrated courage, resilience, and silent heroism. They remind us that history is made not only by generals and presidents, but by ordinary people stepping into extraordinary circumstances. "We did not seek glory," Eleanor wrote in her final diary entry. "We sought to do what was right, one day, one number, one life at a time. That is our legacy."